guys, I'm going to do a little bit of a different video today. I have done some of these in the past, but yeah, this is stuff I really enjoy and how I am focusing on my health right now. I am right now in where my boys live with their grandparents. I helped to put a garden in during my visits, which was kind of fun, a good activity to do together. And I just wanted to show you, how you can live in such a way that you are not a part of the system and supporting these corporations, but instead you are being in control of what you consume. And that's so important right now at this time when all the seeds and everything that we are purchasing from these department stores and everything are all being controlled by the so-called elite, which have basically monopolized everything. So it's really good to buy locally, connect with your community, and also just grow it yourself. So I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see their beautiful garden, and yeah, it's just amazing. And then I have some of my own plants as well. So it's fun for little ones, and it's fun for entire families, and it's fun for grandparents. So let me show you what there is. Actually, what I'm going to do, so it's a better view, is I'm going to cut this and I am going to come back on so you can get a good view. Alright, you guys, so here is a homemade garden. There's their little kitty, and this is a little net gate, door that you can get for your house, and they went ahead and just stapled it on here, which is really cool, and it has magnets. It works great for coming inside of. And of course, in every garden you have to have strawberries, so here you see a bunch of strawberries and some cedar wood pieces that were cut in order to keep the strawberries off the ground, which it looks like they need to come out. We need to come out and put some strawberries on these little wood pieces, but there is a lot of strawberries, and they have different types of berries in order to get, different types of harvesting throughout the summer. And we have they picked up some blueberry plants, and actually this one, if you see, is starting to get some blue on it, which is really cool. The kids love blueberries, and so do I. Over here we have some tomato plants. Now, tomato plants are very hard to grow on the coast here in Oregon, and so I'm going to show you what I came up with. I watched some videos. I'll leave a link in the description box to any of the resources I provide. But here's another tomato plant. Peppers also just have not taken off. Of course, the slugs around here are a problem, and so we've been trying to deal with that. When I come over, we go on the slug hunts and stuff like that, which is fun, and we transport them. But anyways, this is one of the greenhouses that I came up with after watching a video, and this plant still isn't doing great, but it does have a couple of cherry tomatoes on it. And so that is a makeshift greenhouse, and actually the bags from the store here that you get, which is on this plant here, and I try not to get the plastic. I have reusable little baggies for my veggies or fruit if I buy from the local market, or if I have to go to the other stores, and it fits right on top. So you can make a complete greenhouse, but then you can also take it off for, allowing air in. This right here is another tomato plant. Here is a pepper plant, which is actually doing great, and it is in this pot. In this is some cilantro. You can actually cut cilantro that you get in the store and use the bottom half of the stems and plant them in the dirt. So we're just trying that out. There's some acorn squash and some zucchini plants, which are doing amazing. Then some raspberry plants. There's 3 raspberry plants. There are some beans, green beans, in the pots back there. Some new sprouts coming up here, just some basil, and I'm not sure what else was planted in there. Just some herbs in those, maybe some oregano and stuff like that. So we'll see if they come up. They were just planted recently. Have some more herbs, have some lavender, another like lettuce type plant which is now flowering. It didn't get pruned down. Here's some celery, another lavender plant. Here's an oregano plant right there, and it's going to flower and produce seed. Another tomato plant, and then some lettuce which has been cut and already eaten. The garlic ended up, it was doing really good, and then with all the rain and weather it just died. But actually I pulled up one of the garlics and it's still growing. It still has roots, so I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Over here, this is kind of cool for the kids, some peas that are growing, and we put this makeshift little fence up here so that you could climb up, and the slugs have come on this end quite a few times, but it's starting to grow again. So down here we have some onion plants from actually scraps from the kitchen, and some slugs. They were doing really good until it came out, and the slugs got that one right there, and then started to get that one. So we planted some new ones, which are the red onions, just recently. We'll see how those do. I like the sweet onions more so for like salsa and stuff like that. We have corn. The kids love corn, and so yeah, they got that to plant. And then here's some more green beans. They grow into bushes, so right now we didn't want to throw them out. We'll see, what to do, and it's just fun for the kids. And then the flowers for the garden, bring the bees in. In here we have parts of, I think this one was the lavender plant, and then just trying to take some clippings off of it. You cut under the nodes and stick it in there, and you're supposed to be able to get new plants from that. And then these little makeshift greenhouses are neat. We watched a video, the kids had fun. You just cut the bottle. Let me go ahead and pause it and I'll open it up for you. So you just go ahead and cut a bottle in half, put the dirt in, the good soil, potting soil, and then plant this. You water it, plant the seed in there, and then you can just get the lid back on top, and this makes a miniature greenhouse for little seedlings to sprout. And so far it hasn't sprouted yet. There are some watermelon seeds from a watermelon that we purchased, and as everyone knows, some of these seeds, a lot of them, don't regrow from the food that is purchased from the markets. One of them has an avocado seed in there, and then there is a lemon seed in another one. So on the outside of the garden, the kids have some watermelon growing. Slugs have attacked a few of them, and then we did have some cantaloupe that we planted, but the slugs really liked that, and so they may come back up, I'm not sure. But the other thing is up here, these are the little tomato cages, which I found a video talking about making your own. That way it's not so small on the bottom. If I had to do over again when I made these, I followed the guy's direction, but I would have really spread out the bottom of the wires, and then I would have probably put a stick or something and taped it. I'm going to go around so you guys can see. Alright, so there it is. I would have taped probably a stick or something down here on these sides so that it would have not gone in so much. I did spread it out so that when I put it around the tomato plants at night when it gets cold, that it goes all the way down and it doesn't squish them so much. But basically you start at the top with the plastic wrap and have it go over the top and go all the way down, you know, overlapping halfway around. Each time you want half of it on the half that's down, and then you go all the way back up to the top. And like I said, it would be better just to get kind of this kind of fence up here, and I can't remember what that one's called, kind of a mesh type of fence that you can buy for really cheap, and you can make your own and have them, you know, for an affordable price and a lot more room for your tomatoes to grow, because that is something that they felt just, you know, and looked squished in there, I could tell. I have these tops to some apple juice containers that I made and cut off for the peppers to put on if it gets really cold at night. And so anyways, I'm going to turn this around and talk to you guys a little bit, but I wanted to show you how cool is this to be able to have, you know, a fun activity that is so healthy for the family, and I am so grateful to be able to be a part of it.